Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that has been coming up a little bit more of late, and that is body checking and how that might actually be a sign of body dysmorphia. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what body checking is, as well as body dysmorphia, and why it can be harmful. Body checking typically involves obsessive thoughts or behaviors about physical appearance. It's actually very common in people that suffer with body dysmorphia, which is a mental illness involving an obsessive focus over one's perceived flaws of their appearance. Unfortunately, if you are somebody that's suffering from body dysmorphia, over time it can lead to harmful eating behaviors and patterns, as well as lead to things like serious eating disorders. It can also cause people to start over-exercising, which isn't always healthy. And another way that it can often manifest is that people start to go over and above with correcting or trying to fix their perceived flaw with cosmetic procedures and other types of surgeries. So typically it can manifest in somebody having an immense obsession with their body weight, but it can also involve having an obsession over a particular body part, which isn't necessarily apparent to other people. Now, it is important that we don't completely ignore our body image, but at the same time, it can be extremely harmful to obsessively check in with your physique throughout the day. So up next, I'd like to share with you 7 of the most common body checking behaviors, and perhaps this gives you an opportunity to check in with yourself to see if you are starting to exhibit signs of this body dysmorphia. So number 1 is standing in front of the mirror with the intention of looking for flaws. Number 2 is incessantly comparing photos before and after, and these might go back for several years, or they could be day-to-day comparisons. Number 3 is agonizing over small scale weight fluctuations. Number 4 is pinching or squeezing or pulling at certain parts of your body to assess or gauge your body fat levels. Number 5 is weighing yourself multiple times a day, morning, noon, and night. Number 6 is repeatedly evaluating how your clothing is fitting. So it might be pulling on yourself, checking to see whether the waistline is smaller or bigger. And number 7 is comparing yourself to other people's bodies, and particularly those on social media. So if we consider all of those examples, it is perfectly normal to do these things from time to time, but it's when it starts to become more apparent, more frequent, if these are happening on a daily basis, then that's when things can start to become more harmful to our health. And this can eventually lead to a full-blown eating disorder. And interestingly, eating disorders are actually some of the most deadly mental illnesses out there. And in fact, it is second only to opioid overdose. So it's really scary to think about, the dangers of developing an eating disorder. Some of the other harms that can come from body checking or developing body dysmorphia is that this obsession with perfecting your physique can start to impact your quality of life and the other people around you. Many people will also isolate themselves from social situations in efforts to avoid eating foods they're uncomfortable eating. And they might also start to miss out on really special or important events due to the perceived need to exercise. And unfortunately, this persistent high-level anxiety that's experienced by these individuals can often lead to extreme feelings of loneliness, it can lead to loss of relationships, loss of income, and over time it can develop into depression. So if you are somebody that has said yes to any of these body checking behaviors, or if your current levels of exercise or restrictive eating behaviors are beginning to interfere with your daily life, then I would highly recommend seeking out expert help. And it's also important to recognize that if you are somebody that is compulsively engaging in these types of behaviors, it's unlikely that you'll suddenly just stop. Like treatment for any other kinds of disorders, it's likely that it'll take time to heal your relationship with your mind and your body. And speaking from personal experience as being somebody that suffered from an eating disorder for 15 years of my life, if you truly desire to change, help is available to you and you have the power to change. So take the first step today and talk to somebody about your recovery. Or you can learn more about that recovery process by contacting myself or reaching out to our team of coaches here at Team BioLane.